Most people spend years wondering if they're on track for retirement. But what if you could start mapping out a real plan in just a couple of Zoom meetings? The truth is, retirement planning doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't need a complicated spreadsheet. You don't need a finance degree. What you do need is a clear, structured framework that moves you towards financial security. This can be done, but it only works if you ask yourself the right questions and provide accurate, complete information. In fact, our financial planning questionnaire is 15 pages long. Because at Puzzle Wealth, we know the smallest details can have the biggest impact, especially when you're planning for the next 20 or 30 years of your life. Do you know that if you underestimate your expenses by $20,000 a year, that can easily tally over $500,000 over 2 decades with inflation? In this video, I'll walk you through a simple 5-step strategy to help you figure out where you are today, clarify your goals, and begin building a realistic retirement plan. Hi, I'm David Millington, certified financial planner and president of Puzzle Wealth Solutions. I've spent over 2 decades helping individuals and families build personalized strategies. If you're new here, I've been recognized by Forbes as one of the best in state wealth advisors in 2021 and 2024, and I'm currently ranked the number 56 advisor in the United States by Advisor Hub. At Puzzle Wealth, we specialize in taking complex decisions and breaking them down into clear, actionable steps so you can move forward with confidence. So let's walk through the 5-step plan we use with clients every single day. Step 1, you need to assess your current financial position. Before you can plan for the future, you need to know where you stand today. Here's what we gather with every client: your current savings and investments, including 401ks, IRAs, brokerage accounts, and pensions. Guaranteed type income like Social Security, pensions, or rental income. We look at your monthly spending, your baseline cost of living. What debt do you have, including mortgages, car loans, credit cards? Step number 2, define your retirement goals. Once you know where you are, it's time to define where you want to go. Ask yourself, what age do I want to retire? What kind of lifestyle do I want? Do I want just the basics, travel more, hobbies? How generous will I be with gifting? Will I stay in my current home or downsize? And then break it down into 2 parts: essential expenses like housing, healthcare, food, driving, and discretionary expenses like travel, entertainment, and gifts. This helps you estimate the minimum you'll need, and also you could look at the lifestyle you want. The 3rd step, you need to calculate your required portfolio income. Now that you know your expenses and you know your income, it's time to calculate how much your portfolio needs to provide. And here's the formula. You need to look at your annual spending minus the guaranteed income. That is your required portfolio income. So let's look at it as an example. If you need $80,000 per year and you receive $50,000 from Social Security and a pension, then your portfolio needs to generate $30,000 a year. Pretty simple, right? A common rule of thumb, though, is the 4% rule. They say that you can withdraw about 4% of your portfolio per year without running out. So to get to $30,000 per year, you need about $750,000 saved. But remember, this is just a guideline, not a guarantee. Market volatility, taxes, inflation, all that matters. And that's why we run personalized projections for every Puzzle Wealth client, adjusting for healthcare, lifestyle, and tax strategy. The 4th step, build a savings and investment strategy. Once you know your target, the question becomes, how do I close that gap? Here's what we help clients focus on: maximizing contributions to tax-advantaged accounts like 401ks, IRAs, or HSAs. Diversify investments for both growth and stability. Pay down that high-interest debt to free up cash flow. And for clients in their 50s and 60s, we often model Roth conversions to reduce future tax burden. This can be a game changer, especially if you expect to be in a higher tax bracket later on in life. The 5th step, create a monitoring and adjustment plan. Your retirement plan is not set it and forget it. Things change. Every year we look at how has the market shifted, what's changed in your life, what laws have evolved. We encourage every client to schedule an annual review. Here's what we look at. Are you saving enough? Are your investments still aligned with your goals and risk tolerance? Are there any tax strategies to implement this year to help later on in life? These regular reviews help you make small adjustments before they become big problems. So some final thoughts. Retirement planning doesn't have to be complicated. By following these 5 steps, assess where you are, define your goals, calculate your required income, build a strategy, and then monitor and adjust, you can create a real plan, not just a wish list. But knowing what to do isn't the same as implementing it. If you want a real retirement plan tailored to your specific goals, your timeline, and your financial situation, click the link in the description to schedule a strategy session with my team. We'll help you organize the numbers, run the projections, and build a strategy that fits your life. So I really do appreciate you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.